But we begin with a violent and deadly stabbing spree this morning in Manhattan. 2 men killed, a woman injured, and a suspect now in custody. What new surveillance video reveals tonight. And good evening to you at 6 o'clock. I'm Liz Chow.
And I'm Bill Ritter. Chilling new surveillance video to show you, obtained by Eyewitness News, shows the accused attacker in Chelsea this morning. You can see the man change some of his clothing and pull a large knife from his bag. The horror began this morning when a man was stabbed and killed along West 19th Street.
Later, another man was stabbed and killed, this time along East 30th Street. And it didn't stop there. A woman was then stabbed at 42nd and 1st, and tonight she is in the hospital. So what are police now saying about the man they have arrested for all of this?
And what in the world prompted this bloody rampage? Eyewitness News reporter Josh Einiger live in Chelsea tonight with our lead story. Josh.
Well, Bill, Liz, the Mayor Adams today, he categorized this suspect as a career criminal with a known mental health problem and said he should never have been on the street. Right now, he's being questioned here in the 10th Squad in the precinct station house behind me. The question tonight, what made him snap?
You're watching the beginning of a one-man stabbing spree. Video obtained by Eyewitness News shows the man calmly donning a hoodie, skull cap, and gloves, then from his backpack pulling out a giant kitchen knife, hiding it in his shirt before ambling away. Intent, cops say, on indiscriminate murder.
Today we have 3 innocent New Yorkers who's going about their lives with a victim of a terrible, terrible assault. 2 lost their lives. 1 is fighting for her life.
Investigators believe the only thing the victims had in common was their bad luck on a beautiful November morning. The first attack near 19th and 10th in Chelsea at 8:22 a.m. when the man with no provocation stabbed a construction worker in the abdomen. Then, 2 hours later, at 30th and the East River, cops say he set upon an older man who was fishing, stabbing him multiple times. And just a half hour after that, a woman in her 30s, right in front of the UN. He stabbed her repeatedly.
These attacks seem to be unprovoked, that he just walked up to them and began to attack them with the knives.
But an alert Uber driver witnessed that third attack and followed the man, alerting pedestrians to stop him.
He kept pointing, stop that guy, stop that guy. It's like he just stabbed a lady.
I told him, drop the bag. There's gonna be cops up ahead. Drop the bag, it's not worth it.
Just heard a commotion from where I was, stepped outside, heard what people were saying, and reacted.
That's when he put his hands up. He went on the ground, no struggle, no anything. He didn't fight the cops. He went on his stomach, and then they opened the bag. And as soon as they opened the bag and they dumped it upside down, a mask came out and 2 really big knives. And one of them, like I said, looked like it had blood on it. Thank God they caught him, because if he could just stab 3 people like that indiscriminately, God knows the number of other people he could have stabbed.
But he did do so much damage already today before that officer stopped him. The first 2 victims, the 2 men, both of them died at the hospital. The third victim, that woman who was stabbed multiple times, she is described by police as fighting for her life at Cornell Hospital tonight. None of their names have been released. Neither has the name of the suspect, who remains here in the building behind me. Charges against him likely within the next few hours. We're live outside the 10th Precinct Station House in Chelsea tonight. Josh Einiger, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Just a horrific story, Josh. Thank you for the latest.